And good afternoon from Wells Fargo Arena here in downtown Des Moines, home of the Iowa Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. We have an exciting matchup in the second Class 1A quarterfinal game of the day, featuring the 4-seeded Montezuma Bravettes and the 5-seeded St. Ansgar Saints. And hello, basketball fans. Delighted to have you with us on this Wednesday afternoon here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy, alongside my broadcast partner, Laura Leonard. I'm Hunter Phillips, and Laura, it's great to be working with you. And it doesn't seem to matter which class. The 4 versus 5 matchup seems to be the most interesting. It's played out that way, and it's going to be another exciting one here in the 1A bracket.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a fairly evenly matched ball game, and I think you're going to see a game that both these teams are going to get up and down the floor. They're going to shoot a lot of threes, and I think how 4-5 games go, I think this is exactly how this one's going to go. It's going to be very close and very competitive.
Now let's take a look at the road to state for both of these teams, and we'll begin with the 4-seeded Montezuma Bravettes, who enter state with a 23-1 record and are on a 10-game win streak coming into the well. The Bravettes defeated Springfield to be crowned Region 5 champs. And Laura, this is a Montezuma team that brings in the top three-point shooting offense in Class 1A and take care of the basketball as well.
Well, and that's an important thing at this point in the time of the year. When you get to the state tournament, you have to take care of the basketball, and you cannot commit turnovers, give your opponent extra possessions. And Montezuma, as you've mentioned, coming in on a 10-game winning streak. They lost that one game in the middle of the season, kind of righted the ship, kind of woke them up a little bit, and they turned things around and are playing very good right now.
Meanwhile, the 5-seed St. Ansgar, they're making their first appearance here at the state tournament since 2001 and entered the tournament with a 21-2 record and got to state by defeating Central Elkader in the regionals. And this And the Saints, Laura, are a young team that features just one senior, but come into state with a lot of momentum.
They do, and they have really good balanced scoring. They have 3 players that average double figures, and they are a young, up-and-coming team. And those are the kinds of teams at the state tournament that could jump up and surprise a seasoned team that has been here before and that has had the experience of being at Wells Fargo playing in the state tournament. So that's why I think this one's going to be a really nice matchup. It's going to be a fun one, and it's going to go down to the wire.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to take our first break. When we come back, we'll dive deeper into what both of these teams will need to do to win today's game with our Kruger Seeds for Success. And we'll also meet the starters for today's game and get you set for tip-off from Wells Fargo Arena. You're watching the 2020 Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
They say Buena Vista University is in the middle of a bunch of fields.
Hey guys, wait up!
Game on.
They say our idea of fun is morning tea.
And afternoon tea.
And anytime tea.
And we hang out like bumps on a log.
They say Storm Lake, Iowa isn't in the center of the action.
And when we study, we're not exactly grounded.
But you know what we say.
You gotta see it to believe it.
It's game day. Brisket smoking. The stakes are huge. Full rack, baby back. Fired up, quarter pound. Fast pass, dribble down. Slam dunk. Buzzers beat.
Victory goes to Fairway, the champion of me.
Des Moines. The yeses are silent. Our city is buzzing. Catch what you've been missing today.
At Waldorf University, we are warriors. On campus and online. In the classroom and on the field. Our work today will power tomorrow, continuing a rich tradition started in 1903. And once you're one of us, you forever are. Waldorf University, we are warriors.
And welcome back here to the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. Hunter Phillips and Laura Leonard continuing to get you ready for today's 1A quarterfinal game between Montezuma and St. Ansgar. Time now for the Kruger Seeds for Success. Laura, what are the seeds for success for both of these teams to punch their ticket to the semis?
Well, for Montezuma, they want to win the 50-50 balls. They have to hustle all the time. Every time you win one of those 50-50 balls, it gives you an extra possession, and they're going to play physical and gritty defense. They're going to get after you and try to get in the passing lanes, try to get some steals. And then for St. Ansgar, and this comes from some of their players. So Haley Anderson said they need to have good defense, and they need to go to the glass, and they need to rebound. And then Hannah Patterson said they need good communication on both ends of the floor, offense and defense, and make that extra pass. You make that extra pass, you're going to catch the defense out of position. It's going to give you a good look at the hoop.
Today's Seeds for Success were brought to you by Kruger Seeds. The next time you're in need of corn or soybean seed, give your local Kruger Seeds dealer a call. Kruger Seeds, first-class seed, first-name service. Learn more at krugerseed.com. We're going to take another break. When we come back, we'll continue to get you ready for this afternoon's game between Montezuma and St. Ansgar here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at Mid-American Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
Crowded lecture halls? Not anymore. Southwestern Community College is a different place. It's where we break from traditional college to do what's best for your career. It's about teaching the way you learn, having fun along the way, and giving you the experience you need for what comes next. A job and an income in as little as 1 year. That's why you go to college in the first place. Southwestern Community College. Your career starts here. Check out SWC's career-related programs at swciowa.edu/yourcareer.
I'm an Iowa business owner. My dad gave me some advice 47 years ago when I left home. He says, when you move to a new town, you need to find 3 people. You need to find a good mechanic because you need your car working so that you can get to work. You need to find a doctor so that you can stay healthy. But most importantly, you need to find a good banker because it gets tough out there. We would not be here today if it wasn't for our bank. I love my Iowa bank.
More Iowans choose to bank with an Iowa bank. Get to know a real Iowa banker and discover the genuine difference of Iowa banks.
Fans, the Iowa Bankers Association is proud to help students reach their goals, both financially and educationally. That's why they are honored to provide 5 student athletes from this year's basketball tournament with $1,000 scholarships. Follow their Facebook page at facebook.com/Iowa Bankers to see the winners. Hunter Films and along with Laura Leonard, delighted to have you with us here today. Laura, again, this 4 versus 5 matchup, always exciting here in 1A. Both of these teams come in with just 1 loss. Something's going to have to give here.
Yeah, something is going to have to give. And both of these teams, high potent offense, they're going to get after it. I think we're going to see a high-scoring ball game. And as I said, I think it is going to come down to the end, and maybe free throw shooting will determine it.
Well, we are going to find out here in just a matter of moments. We will now turn things over to our public address announcer, Tim Fitzpatrick, for the lineups.
Fans, tradition is an important part of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union's storied history. Because our past is an integral part of what we do today, we ask that everyone in attendance please join in a round of applause to show our appreciation to all the women who have participated in high school athletics in Iowa. Once an Iowa girl, always an Iowa girl. Let's give them a round of applause. Fans, at this time, the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and the Iowa Farm Bureau would like to recognize the outstanding sportsmanship shown by St. Ansgar High School and Montezuma High School. In recognition of the importance of good sportsmanship, each state qualifying school was asked to nominate a spectator who represents their school and community in a sportsmanlike manner. Riley Bell of Central Decatur, a member of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Student Athlete Advisory Committee, will present each nominee with a certificate of recognition and a $250 check payable to their school scholarship fund. Please join us in honoring these individuals whose decorum and respect for others serves as a model for all spectators attending interscholastic events. From St. Ansgar High School, Deb Miller. And from Montezuma High School, Janice Albrecht. Fans, it's now time to introduce the players in today's 1A quarterfinal. First of all, your non-starters and assistant coaches for St. Ansgar. Number 13, Lauren Bork. Number 23, Megan Gooder. Number 25, Kirsten Burjan. 31, Maggie Davis. 33, Kira Baldus. 35, Adri Cruzy. 41, Taylor Hanna. 45, Kennedy Schwiesaw. And 51, Haley Peterson. Your assistant coach, Jeff Anderson. Now here are your non-starters and assistant coaches for the Montezuma Bravettes. Number 5, Shanae Wettering. Number 10, Kirsten Price. Number 12, Mia Bolton. Number 14, Alyssa Klein. Number 22, Carissa Van Zee. Number 30, Waverly Roorda. Number 32, Madison Johannes. Number 42, Madeline De Jong. Number 50, Ash Krause. And number 52, Corinne Kehoe. Your assistant coaches, Kevin Gartman, Greg Long, and Tim Burgess. And now, here are your starters for this 1A quarterfinal. From St. Ansgar, a senior, number 5, Hannah Patterson. For Montezuma, a senior, number 2, Maddie McCaig. For the Saints, a junior, number 11, Haley Anderson. For the Bravettes, a senior, number 13, Shatia Wettering. For St. Ansgar, a junior, number 15, Gracie Urbach. For Montezuma, junior, number 20, Elise Bolton. For the Saints, a junior, number 21, Brooklyn Hackbart. For the Bravettes, a senior, number 24, Shelby Conger. And for St. Ansgar, a freshman, number 43, Madison Hillman. For Montezuma, junior, number 40, Dylan Holland. The head coach for St. Ansgar, Scott Kakreis. For Montezuma, Janelle Burgess. Ladies and gentlemen, please turn your attention to the scores bench as I introduce your officials for today's 1A quarterfinal. Marlon Skonhoven, Mark Beltman, Randy Jeltema, and your bench official, Hunter Dingman. All right, fans, who's ready for state tournament basketball?
So there you see the starting lineups for this 1A battle. Starting lineups are brought to you by Buena Vista University. Located in Storm Lake, Iowa, Buena Vista University prepares students for lifelong success through transformational academic, professional, and co-curricular programs. Schedule your visit today at bvu.edu. A packed Wells Fargo Arena once again here on this Wednesday afternoon. Ball's up in the air. Montezuma in their home white uniforms wins the tip, and we're underway here in the second class 1A quarterfinal game of the day. St. Ansgar wearing their red unis.
Looks like St. Ansgar is come out in a man-to-man.
Again, trying to battle a team that leads the class in three-point shooting, and getting it started is the future Iowa Hawkeyes, Shatia Wettering.
Just a nice little crossover dribble, got the defense leaning one way, able to do a little step-back jumper to knock it down to get the scoring started.
46th made three on the season for Wettering. Gets the Bravettes on the board first. Floater off by the Saints. Held ball is signaled, and possession arrow will stay with St. Ansgar.
I think we're going to see that a little more from St. Ansgar. Put the ball on the floor, drive, try to get to the rim.
Trying to drive now, but met up by Shatia Wettering. She brings it up the floor. Pass gets knocked away by the Saints. There to track it nicely there in transition defense.
And that's one of the things they're going to have to do as well. Get back, try to get in the passing lanes, try to slow down this offense that likes to run and pull up and shoot threes.
There's one on the way, and it's nothing but net. Elise Bolton, the junior, makes it a 6-0 lead for Montezuma. Again, a team that is not afraid to launch it from downtown. Again, the leaders in 1A and three-pointers. There's a nice move, and a floater in the lane, good for Haley Anderson. Able to cross over her defender and gets the two.
17 points a game for this Saints team, and that's how she gets a lot of them. The dribble drive, nice little floater to knock it down.
One of three juniors in the starting five for the Saints. Another three off the mark by the Bravettes. Saints with the rebound, a foul afterwards called on Maddie McKay, the senior guard.
And it looks like maybe St. Ansgar maybe sagging on a couple of different players, daring them to shoot it from the outside, maybe paying a little bit more attention to the two scorers, Elise Bolton and Wettering.
Short on the jump shot is Haley Anderson. Montezuma racing ahead. It's Wettering, who's unable to finish with the left hand, but they get the rebound. Here's a three. In and out. St. Ansgar battling for the loose ball. Montezuma pressuring them, and it causes a turnover.
You got to come back and help. You're going to get that backcourt pressure. You got to come back and give your teammates some help, and Montezuma capitalizes on it right away.
And it's Shatia Wettering. 2 threes in the opening quarter. Montezuma's points have all come from downtown. It's a 9-2 lead. 5:25 to go in this opening quarter.
You're going to be a little patient here, see if they can get a good high percentage shot. You want to try to take momentum back a little bit to your side, and now you have to get back defensively.
That was a tough shot for Anderson with that step back. Conger over to Bolton, handling the ball for the Bravettes, who come into the tournament with a 23-1 record. Again, the 4 seed. Wettering, mid-range jumper, short. There in position for the rebound is the freshman Madison Hillman. And now the Saints will slow down the tempo here.
And we talked about this St. Ansgar team being a young, up-and-coming team. Only one senior on the team. They start 3 juniors, a freshman, and a senior.
Haley Anderson, the junior, gets another floater to go. So good with that floater with the left hand, Laura. 9-4 Montezuma in front.
She's got good handles. She can get her way through the defense, kind of tiptoes through, avoids contact, and finds an open lane.
Shatia Wettering driving in the lane, able to finish off the glass. That's tough to defend.
Talk about dancing through the defense. Wettering did it right there, and that was a tough finish.
11-4, Montezuma in front. 8 early points for Shatia Wettering. Grabbing the loose ball at center court is Hannah Patterson. Now it's back to Anderson. And a timeout called by St. Ansgar. And it looks like it'll just be a 30-second timeout. But Laura, fast start for Montezuma as they've been able to do some real good things on the offensive end.
You know, one of the things that they've done is off the missed shot, they're pushing tempo. And so they're getting down the floor, they're filling the lanes, they're getting some good looks at threes, they're going inside out, but they're also getting to the rim. And St. Ansgar has to get back in defensive transition to slow that down. But I think what Scott Cakerice saw here was they were just out of sorts offensively. They were not in any kind of set. They need to get back to what they do well on the offensive end, and if they need to take their time to do it, take your time to do it till you get into that motion.
And St. Ansgar making their first appearance here at the state's tournament since 2001. But as Laura mentioned, an up-and-coming team. Shot won't fall off the glass. A good look for Madison Hillman. She's got some great length. Here's Wettering off the dribble. Pull-up three. In and out. Montezuma is there for the offensive rebound. Three from the wing is off. Wettering. Reverse layup won't fall. Now it's St. Ansgar trying to push in transition. Floater off on the glass. Montezuma battling for the loose ball, as well as St. Ansgar. A foul called on the Saints, so it'll be Bravettes basketball.
Well, that's one thing that the Saints do very well. Go to the offensive glass, average about 14 offensive rebounds a game, and they're going to need to do that here in this ball game as the shot goes up. Get that offensive board position, give themselves some second chance opportunities.
Shatia Wettering, nice delivery outside. Now there's a three on the way. Off the mark by Shanae Wettering. Bringing it up the floor is Anderson for the Saints. In the corner, it's Maggie Davis. 7-point lead for the Bravettes. Under 2.5 minutes to go in this opening quarter at the well. Haley Anderson, she's been the spark plug. Out for a three that's airballed by Brooklyn Hackbart. Ball will go over to Montezuma after it went out of play.
Good job, dribble drive, kick the ball back out to the open shooter. And Hackbart is a player that is very productive, not only in the scoring column, averaging about 11 points a game, but does a good job on the boards, 10 rebounds a game. So she's averaging a double-double, and they need to get her going.
Three on the way. Is off the mark, another offensive rebound, but the putback was blocked away down low by the Saints.
I think Hackbart got up there and got that one and swatted it away.
Again, that front court for the Saints. 5'11", 5'10", 6 foot. They're going to cause some problems down low for Montezuma as they do there. Now the Saints are back with it.
Going to make you change some things. You're going to think twice about taking it into the paint.
But then the Saints throw it away in their offensive possession, so unfortunately unable to take advantage of a turnover. 1:38 to go in this opening quarter. Montezuma will be back with it, leading by 7.
Yeah, when you get the opportunities given to you with the turnover, you've got to cash in on those.
Shatia Wettering driving in the lane. Count the bucket and one for Wettering, who's able to finish while being fouled.
Nice play set up for Wettering as they give it to her in the high post, and she just spins over that right shoulder, puts it on the floor, and takes it to the glass.
And showing off the speed there off that screen as well. I mean, again, just so difficult to defend when she's able to use that last second spurt of speed. She completes the three-point play. Wettering with 11 points here in this opening quarter.
And you know they've run that play often because you could just see the confidence in everybody on the floor when that set was being put into place as they got the ball in the front court. Everybody knew where everybody was supposed to be, and she converted.
And near and one there for Haley Anderson, who's done all the scoring for St. Ansgar here in this first quarter. And Laura, they haven't had a field goal since the 4:27 mark here in this first quarter.
Yeah, she has done a good job of being the aggressor and the attacker on offense, taking it right at the defense in the middle of the lane. We've seen her do that numerous times. That's her game. Get it on the floor and get it into the middle.
And so Anderson, a 64% free throw shooter, knocks down both. Just over 1 minute to go in this first quarter. 14-6 Montezuma in front. Wettering open for three. Off the iron. Ball goes out of play. Last touched by the Bravettes.
Boy, a little miscommunication defensively. They left Wettering wide open. She had an opportunity to knock down a three and just came off the rim a little too short.
She's made 2 threes already in this ball game. Hillman. Out to Anderson. Jumper. Won't fall in. But the rebound and the putback trickles in for Gracie Urbach. The junior forward makes it a 14-8 ball game.
You could see where all the red jerseys were crashing the glass.
Ball knocked off the foot of a St. defender. Lauren Bork will come in for St. Ansgar. Again, substitutions in today's game are brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at IMTINS.com. A travel on the Bravettes, number 5, Shanae Wettering.
Sister Shatia goes over and talks to her, tries to calm her down a little bit. A play or two before that as well, they had a little communication. So big sister taking little sister under her wing to talk about things.
And now talking to head coach Janelle Burgess there on the sideline. Meanwhile, good finish at the glass.
Nice drive
there for the Saints. Urbach with 4 points here all of a sudden to lead the upcharge for St. Ansgar. And the Bravettes, unaware of how much time was left over, do not put up a shot, and that will do it after 1 quarter of play here at Wells Fargo Arena. 14-10, Montezuma up early over St. Ansgar here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Hey, Central College has a new tuition price of just $18,600. That means the college experience that opens doors for a lifetime is more affordable than ever, and scholarships are still available. Apply today at central.edu.
Hey fans, Central College has a new tuition price of just $18,600. That means the college experience that opens doors for a lifetime is now more affordable than ever, and scholarships are still available. Apply today at central.edu. Laura Leonard, Hunter Phillips, along with our crew, delighted to have you with us here on this Wednesday afternoon. Class 1A action in the quarterfinal round. And Laura, 4-point lead for Montezuma as we're beginning the second quarter of play. Jump shot. Airballed by the Bravettes. Wettering battling for the loose ball, as well as Urbach. Held ball. Possession arrow goes to St. Ansgar, who really built some momentum there to end the first quarter.
You know, and one of the things that they're doing with Wettering, when she puts the ball on the floor, got somebody on her, and then they're getting help and making her give it up. They're making her become a passer and not a scorer.
So now the Saints are looking for their first lead. Nearly get the bucket there. And off the miss. Held ball. Possession arrow will go to Montezuma, but a good look for the Saints there on the right side of the glass.
So a little bit of a contrast between these two teams here to start this ball game. 18 shots for Montezuma, 10 of them from beyond the arc, 12 shots for St. Ansgar, only 2 beyond the arc. So they're taking the ball inside. And Montezuma's looking for the 3-ball.
Urbach with the steal and the finish. What a stretch for Gracie Urbach, and it's now just a 2-point lead for Montezuma.
Well, and Urbach doing the right thing as well as Wettering's right on her hip. Goes to the jump stop. Waits for defense to fly by and knocks it home.
Wettering misses the jump shot, but again, Montezuma doing a good job on the offensive glass. Get an extra possession, leading by 2.
And there was one of those 50-50 balls that they didn't get.
Maddie McCaig down low to Conger. Ball gets knocked away by the Saints. And a foul called after the Saints took it away on Montezuma.
Montezuma, her first personal, second team.
I think, is that going to be on Holland?
Number 43, Madison.
I believe that was on Holland. Third team foul on Montezuma. Under 6.5 minutes to go in the first half. Montezuma in front just by 2. Now the ball will go back to the Bravettes.
Fouls on St. Ansgar's 15, Gracie Urbach.
For an offensive foul on Urbach.
Third team foul.
So good adjustment by Montezuma, cutting off the baseline on the drive, getting the help. Holland coming over to help out.
Bravettes led by as many as 10 points there in the first quarter. And the Saints get the basketball back. Neither team can get anything going here offensively to begin the second quarter.
No, right now it seems it's a little choppy. Nobody's in good motion, not in rhythm on the offensive side, but let's credit the defenses for that, is keeping these offenses off kilter, not allowing them to get anything going, any kind of runs.
Again, the game is all about adjustments, and adjustments already made after the opening quarter by both coaches. St. Ansgar to inbound. Hannah Patterson handling it here in the near corner. Lobs it in to Hillman. Step back jumper off the mark. Ball gets tipped out to Elise Bolton. In transition, it's Wettering. Deep 3. Left short, but there to put it back in is Dylan Holland.
Great position by Holland. She had Hillman on her backside, boxed her out, went up strong for it, and got the putback.
Now driving, it's Urbach. Backs it out to Patterson. Now Anderson. High jump shot off by Hillman. Held ball signal down low off the miss. Ball will stay with St. Ansgar.
How many of those have we had so far here in this ballgame? At least 4 of them, 4 held balls.
Both teams battling for every possession here to get things started. Brooklyn Hackbart hands it off to Haley Anderson. Baseline jumper good for Hillman, the freshman. 2-point lead for Montezuma.
Steps away from all the traffic and gets herself squared up and knocks down a big jumper.
First field goal on the day. Anderson nearly knocks the ball away from Elise Bolton. And it'll still be a turnover anyway.
And it goes right to Coach Cake Rice, and he makes the call for the officials. They were going the other way. Nice job, Coach.
What a fun start to this ball game here in this 4 versus 5 matchup. St. Ansgar saves the ball from going out of bounds, but it goes right into the hands of Shatia Wettering. The senior throws it ahead. Here's a 3. That's well off from the near wing by Shelby Conger. But then St. Ansgar trying to push in transition, leads to a steal by Wettering. Takes it to the glass, unable to finish with the left hand as Wettering. It was a little shaken up after the play, but a foul called while Wettering was on the way.
I think just going a little bit too fast, a little bit too much momentum, got it too hard off the glass, and then the foul comes afterwards.
In and out on the 3 is Wettering. Had a good look. She's now 2 for 6 in the ball game. 2-point lead for the Bravettes. Again, the Saints looking for their first lead. Under 4 minutes to go in this first half. Hackbart, well off from long distance. But they're down low to get it. Off the glass and won't fall in for Gracie Urbach. She's had a good start to this one. But the Bravettes are back with it. Shelby Conger. Now it's Wettering. Far side. It's McKeag for three. Off the front of the iron, but Bolton there for the rebound.
Good job of crashing the glass and anticipating.
Another missed three by Montezuma. They're now 3 for 14 from long range. Wettering with the block in transition. Firing up the Bravette bench.
Well, she was challenged, and the challenge was met.
Long rebound out to Shelby Conger. Some wild play going on here in the last few minutes, Laura.
And these shots from downtown are coming off the rim long, and St. Ansgar has to realize that. They have to be ready to not only box out, but go after those balls as they fly off the rim.
Montezuma with the 2-rebound edge, 17-15, Wettering. Double dribble called on the floor.
You know, I think Coach Janelle Grimm-Burgess was trying to call timeout. The official could not hear her. I think she wanted to bring her team in, settle them down a little bit.
So subs coming in for Montezuma. Again, substitutions today brought to you by IMT Insurance. 2 subs also coming in for St. Ansgar. Low scoring second quarter. St. Ansgar has outscored Montezuma 4-2, but still trail by 2 points. Anderson skips it out to Gooder. Back in the hands of Anderson, who has 6 points. But the ball gets nabbed away by Montezuma. A reach and foul is going to be called on the Bravettes. So just as they were about to break away in transition, a foul called, and that is team foul number 5. Or rather, that's on the Saints. So they'll go back to Montezuma. Two minutes to go in this first half. Both teams battling hard to try to advance to the semifinal round where they will face the top seed New Fonda on Friday.
That one was off Elise Bolton. Again, defensively, St. Ansgar in the passing lane, really pushing out Montezuma away from the area where they would like to start their offense.
It's been very effective holding them to just 2 points here in this quarter. But give credit to Montezuma and what they've been able to do on defense as well on the flip side. Hillman gets the friendly touch, and we're tied up.
Flashes right across the top part of the lane. Good job of squaring up and knocking it down.
For the first time today, we're all tied. 1:25 to go in the first half. Wettering slips. Throws it out, collected by the Saints. They run in transition off the glass and in. Maggie Davis puts the Saints up in front for the first time today, in a timeout called on the floor by Montezuma.
Coach Burgess can kind of feel it slipping away. That's why they called the quick timeout.
And it will be a full timeout called by Montezuma. We will step aside as well. 18-16, St. Ansgar storming out in front here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Back here at Wells Fargo Arena in downtown Des Moines, St. Ansgar has jumped out ahead for the first time today, leading Montezuma 18-16. Hunter Phillips and Laura Leonard back here with you, and it's been the defense, Laura, that has led the Saints here to get their first lead of the day.
It has, and I think another part of it is Montezuma is really relying and looking for the three ball, and that's something that they've taken 16 of them. Only 3 of 16 from beyond the arc, and I know that's a big part of their game. They have not been able to connect. You have to figure in the second half those percentages will even out, but right now St. Ansgar doing a good job of containing this high-powered offense.
1 minute to go here in this first half. Drawing a foul there for Montezuma is number 5, Shanae Wuttering.
Saints foul number 43, Madison Hillman.
These will be the first set of free throw shots today from either team.
No, and we kind of looked at that before the game. We realized that Montezuma was a team that does not get to the line a lot because they do have that perimeter game, and so now finally getting to the line here in the first half with just under a minute to go.
So Shanae Wuttering, sophomore, makes the first free throw. Second one on the way is good. Tied for the second time here in the half. 18-18, 50 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Maggie Davis will stay outside with Haley Anderson. Try to find a cutter inside, but the pass gets knocked away by Shatia Wuttering.
Great job of not going for the fake and staying with the backdoor cutter. Wuttering gets a hand out in the passing lane to break it up.
Saints inbound it. Under 30 seconds to go now in this first half. Dangerous pass. Nearly gets stolen away by the Bravettes. Stays with the Saints. Anderson trying to decide what to do with the ball. Foul on the Bravettes as there was some contact there after Anderson completed the handoff.
Only the 4th team foul, so nobody going to the line. 14 seconds left here to have the last possession of the quarter.
Megan Gooder to inbound just to the left of us. Goes in to Anderson. 10 seconds remaining in the half. Anderson driving, travel.
Nice job, Montezuma really covering up, packing it in the lane, and not allowing Anderson anywhere to drive.
Wuttering realizes there's not much time for her to go up the court. Throws up a shot at the buzzer, and it will not fall in. And that will do it for one half of play. Knotted up at 18 between Montezuma and St. Ansgar. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we will have our halftime report, and we will talk with the head coach of New Well-Fonda. They won earlier today, and we'll recap the first half stats. Coming up next here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise, and your lights will go on. That's because at Mid-American Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
They say Buena Vista University is in the middle of a bunch of fields.
Hey guys, wait up!
Game on.
They say our idea of fun is morning tea, and afternoon tea,
and anytime tea.
And we hang out like bumps on a log.
They say Storm Lake, Iowa isn't in the center of the action.
And when we study, we're not exactly grounded.
But you know what we say.
You gotta see it to believe it.
It's game day. Brisket smoking. The stakes are huge. Full rack, baby back. Fired up, quarter pound. Fast pass, dribble down. Slam dunk. Buzzers beat.
Victory goes to Fairway, the champion of meat.
With new Casey's Rewards, you can turn pizza into school donations. Download the Casey's app and earn points you can turn into donations to the schools you care about most. Or turn points into Casey's Cash or fuel discounts. Start earning more ways to give and get a little more good. Casey's Rewards. Points for school, points for you, points for fuel, points for good. Now at Casey's, our delicious handmade taco pizza is just $13.99. Casey's, here for good.
And welcome here at halftime inside Wells Fargo Arena in downtown Des Moines. Knotted up 18-18 between Montezuma and their opponent here today in the second Class 2A or 1A quarterfinal game of the day. Hunter Phillips now joined by the head coach of New Wellfonda, Dick Jungers. Head coach came up with a big win earlier today. Always great to start off the bracket with a W. And, of course, we're not going to talk about the winning streak, but it always the big streak starts when you start off the tournament with a win. So congratulations on the start. What really stood out in your team's performance today?
You know, I think, first of all, it's you got to win a right to play another game, and that's what I always talk to the girls about. This time of year, any win's a great win, and girls performed great today. Defensive intensity, the pressure creates some offensive opportunities, and then the ball movement. This team's so unselfish, and usually when you have a balanced attack like what we had this first game, it usually means success for us.
And how about forcing 29 turnovers today? That is certainly a big mark, and you really just got off to a great start, especially in that first quarter, outscoring St. Albert 28-13, and you guys just didn't look back in that one.
No, we did. We were able to hit some threes in there as well, and the kids just kept taking it at them, and that's exactly what we wanted them to do. And St. Albert's a very athletic team and very known for their good defense and rebounding, and today I felt like the turnovers might have been the difference.
And how about the balanced scoring as well, Coach? You almost had 5 players score in double figures, 4 in double figures. That's also a really good mark as well.
It really is, and we talk about things like teams will take away certain things, and that opens up other opportunities, and we have to recognize that, and that's exactly what they did today. They recognized that some players were open and others were covered heavily, and you just move that ball around and find those openings in the defense, and our girls were making those shots.
And, Coach, talk about the support from the community. I mean, just so many people congregating here to Wells Fargo Arena for New Wellfonda, a lot of blue and black in the stands. What an atmosphere, I know, for your team to be a part of.
You know, they travel every night well for us. Our girls feed off the crowd, and they come out in full force to support these girls. And, in our towns, these guys are kind of the celebrities, and they get a lot of pats on the backs. And, I was telling one of the media guys that after the game, we're a one-school building district, and all the little kids get to work with these guys. These guys will go read in the classrooms of kids or do math problems or whatever just to help out, and it just kind of keeps cycling through.
Finally, Coach, you won't play until Friday. You'll face the winner of this game between St. Ansgar and Montezuma. Really close game right now. So what's the preparation like now, knowing that you won't play until Friday afternoon?
First of all, we're going to find out who we play here after this half, and we'll start putting a game plan together. We're going to take the girls out to eat, and tomorrow we get a day of a little bit of rest and getting ready for the next one. So we'll see what happens here and be prepared for the next one.
Well, Coach, congratulations on the victory to start things off here, and we wish you nothing but the best here the rest of the way.
All right, thanks a lot.
All righty, that was head coach Dick Jungers of New Wellfonda joining us here at halftime. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll break down the first half stats from our game here at Wells Fargo Arena.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Crowded lecture halls? Not anymore. Southwestern Community College is a different place. It's where we break from traditional college to do what's best for your career. It's about teaching the way you learn, having fun along the way, and giving you the experience you need for what comes next. A job and an income in as little as 1 year. That's why you go to college in the first place. Southwestern Community College. Your career starts here. Check out SWIC's career-related programs at swiciowa.edu/yourcareer.
It's game day. Brisket smoking. The stakes are huge. Full rack, baby back. Fired up, quarter pound. Fast pass, dribble down. Slam dunk. Buzzers beat.
Victory goes to Fairway, the champion of me.
Believe it when I know ya, we going high. Gotta climb to the top, but we're never gonna stop. When I know ya, we going high. We're going high.
Hey, Central College has a new tuition price of just $18,600. That means the college experience that opens doors for a lifetime is more affordable than ever, and scholarships are still available. Apply today at central.edu.
Des Moines. The yeses are silent. Our city is buzzing. Catch what you've been missing today.
At Waldorf University, we are warriors. On campus and online. In the classroom and on the field. Our work today will power tomorrow, continuing a rich tradition started in 1903. And once you're one of us, you forever are. Waldorf University, we are warriors.
Back here at halftime here at Wells Fargo Arena in downtown Des Moines on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. Hunter Phillips and Laura Leonard here with you. And Laura, we are deadlocked at 18 points apiece between St. Ansgar and Montezuma. In that second quarter, my goodness, it was just gridlock on the defensive end, but give a lot of credit to St. Ansgar holding Montezuma to just 4 points there in that second quarter. And what a game we're going to have in the second half.
Yeah, what an impressive showing. Defensively, I think they did a really nice job of slowing down the offense, really frustrating Montezuma. 3 3-point shots. So their game is to get the ball inside. They're winning the battle of the paint. But Montezuma, they're struggling from the outside, and 3 of 16 from long range. 16 of their 28 shots coming from deep.
And you got to give credit again to the Saints. They held Montezuma to 0-6 from beyond the arc there in the second quarter, 1 for 11 from the field in total. And we're knotted up at 18 points apiece here at the break. We're going to take another timeout. When we come back, we'll have the second half for you here at Wells Fargo Arena here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at Mid-American Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
I'm a fourth-generation Iowa farmer. Farming's not a job, it's an opportunity to help feed and fuel the world. Access to reliable credit is key in any successful business, and farming with its ups and downs, we rely on our local bank to keep our operation successful. Our farming operation wouldn't be as successful as it is without the financial support of our local Iowa bank. I appreciate my Iowa bank.
More Iowans choose to bank with an Iowa bank. Get to know a real Iowa banker and discover the genuine difference of Iowa banks.
Believe it when I know ya, we going high. Gotta climb to the top, but we're never gonna stop. When I know ya, we going high. We're going high.
Welcome back here to the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. 18-18 is our score between Montezuma and St. Ansgar. Hunter Phillips and Laura Leonard, delighted to have you with us here on this Wednesday afternoon. The winner of this game, Laura, again, will go on to face Newell Fonda on Friday afternoon. But the winner of this game here, they will have had to fight really hard for a victory to move on to the semifinal round. Yeah, this is going to be a tough one to get through. I mean, it's going to be a grinded-out type of game, and then your prize after the victory is you get to go and play Newell Fonda, who will just get after you in-line to in-line. They will cover you the minute the ball is tipped, and they will be at your side the entire time. So you need to be well-rested if that's going to, and that will be who their matchup is, the winner of this ball game. And not to mention the fact that they have won now 52 straight games. Their last loss was in the title game back in 2018 in Class 1A as Shatia Wuttering inbounds it for the Bravettes, who have the ball taken away out of the gates here to begin this third quarter. A little bit of a telegraph pass by Bolton that time. Defense ready for it, hands high, able to get in the passing lane and take it away. Foul called on the Bravettes, Maddie McCaig. So the Saints trying to pick up where they left off defensively there in that second quarter. Just great anticipation, too, and really ready defensively with those hands ready, getting them out in the passing lane, getting them high, just really making it difficult to find an easy look in for the entry pass. The Bravettes swarming the Saints here on this possession. Again, equally not making it easy for them. Anderson off the screen. Short on the jumper. And Montezuma allows the ball to go out of bounds, so to go back to the Bravettes. A little bit different energy defensively for Montezuma on that possession. Again, not allowing any breathing room whatsoever for the Saints to work with. Elise Bolton gets the ball knocked away by Anderson, who saves the ball from going out of bounds. It's Urbach taking it to the glass and finishing. Man, what a sequence of events there, but Anderson not giving up on the play. What a great hustle play, just sneaking in from behind. She had her sights set on it the entire way once it got knocked away. And there's a three. Good by Conger. Very good response for the Bravettes. Their first make from downtown since the first quarter. Well, we talked about it, that the percentages are going to start evening out. They did not shoot it well from deep in the first half, and they knocked down their first attempt here in the third quarter. Both teams trading the lead. Now advantage to the Saints with that layup there by Brooklyn Hackbar. Great backdoor cut, and it was a great feed as well, right up where she could keep it up high and take it right to the glass. Shatia Wuttering gets by her defender, lays it in with the left hand. Shatia Wuttering. Both teams trading the lead here in the first couple minutes. Yeah, as she makes that big power step around the defense, didn't really want to reach in and pick up a foul at that point, let her go. First point since the first quarter where she had 11, 13 on the game for number 13. She brings it up the floor off the rebound. Short with the left-handed floater. Ball out of bounds. It was last touched by the Bravettes. It'll go back to the Saints, who trailed by one, 23-22. Montezuma leading. 5:55 to go in the third quarter. You can see the emphasis is to get the ball to Wuttering for Montezuma. She's had it in her hands quite a bit here in the third quarter. Hannah Patterson, the senior, loses her dribble. Now it's Wuttering. Racing ahead in transition and lays it in with the left hand. Great job by Bolton to get down on those knee pads, slide and get the loose ball and get it going the other way. Now another turnover by the Saints. Wuttering pushes in transition. Now it's Elise Bolton. Credited for the steal earlier, Conger. Ball gets squirted there on the end line. It'll stay with Montezuma. A little shaken up after the play with Shelby Conger. The tempo and the pace of this game is slowly heading towards Montezuma's pace. Off the inbounds, it's Dylan Holland. Met up by Madison Hillman. And her pass back out is stolen away by Haley Anderson, who's had a great game today. Transition jumper. Good for Brooklyn Hackbart, the junior.
Anderson's doing a great job. She's anticipating very well defensively. That's helping them out, getting the steals and then leading the break.
Being a really good floor general for St. Ansgar. 1 point lead for the Bravettes. Wuttering off the dribble. In and out with the jumper. Rebound to Hackbart. Anderson guiding it ahead in transition. Hannah Patterson with it. Haley Anderson hands it off to Gracie Urbach. Now back to Patterson. It's been a back and forth third quarter after we were tied 18-18 at halftime. Dangerous cross-court pass. Goes sailing right into us. We didn't need to catch that one. But Montezuma will get the basketball back. Again, Montezuma's been deploying so much pressure on St. Ansgar.
They've done a really good job of getting them out of their system. They can't run the offense like they would like to. They were patient with that possession, but eventually the defense got to them and turned them over.
Shatia Wuttering running the offense. No look pass in the corner for a three. That's left short by Wuttering in transition. It's Urbach. Count the bucket for Urbach, who's done a great job of finishing here today.
She's done a nice job here in the third quarter, and again, the long rebound off of the three led to the break. And then Shanae Wuttering trying to block the shot, but gets a big part of Urbach's arm.
Urbach now in double figures. She now has 11 points to lead the way for St. Ansgar, who's in front by 2. 3:40 to go in the third quarter. Wuttering double teamed. We'll send it back out. Ball knocked out right in front of the Bravette bench. It'll remain with Montezuma. Again, both teams coming into the state tournament on extensive winning streaks and have only lost one game. It's been pretty even here today. Tough shot for Wuttering. Gets her own miss. Reverse layup is good for Shatia Wuttering.
Ball came right back to her. She was able to drive around three defenders, go to the opposite side of the rim, knock it home.
15 now for the future Iowa Hawkeye. Knotted up 27-27. Wuttering with the block on Anderson. And the Bravettes trying to push. Conger made a three earlier. Now she decides to drive. Bolton for three. Puts it in.
That was a confident three-pointer by Bolton. Received it, ready to shoot. She knew exactly in her mind what she was going to do when the ball came to her.
Second tray made on the day for the junior Elise Bolton. 3-point lead for the Bravettes. And what's been in a back-and-forth third quarter. Almost responding with the three was St. Ansgar off the rebound. Foul on Montezuma.
Nice skip pass over the top of the defense, over to Patterson, and again, crashing the offensive glass to give them another opportunity.
There you see the substitution in there for Montezuma as the jump shot is short for the Saints. But tracking down the loose ball is Gracie Urbach. Leading the team in scoring here today. Anderson driving in the lane. Short off the glass. Hillman there for the rebound. And they're able to draw a foul. Madison Hillman doing a great job there, not only securing the rebound, but going up and drawing contact.
Well, we noticed when we talked about earlier in this ball game how they do such a good job on the glass, and especially the offensive boards with 14 a game showing what they can do. They just know how to get into position as soon as that shot goes up. They are putting themselves in spots where the ball can come to them. 2-for-2 trip at the charity stripe for Hillman.
And a full timeout called on the floor by St. Ansgar. 1 point lead for Montezuma. 30-29 is our score here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at Mid-American Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
A great one developing here at Wells Fargo Arena on this Wednesday afternoon. Montezuma in front by 1, 30-29. Hunter Phillips and Laura Leonard, delighted to have you with us here today.
2 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
Tia Wettering maneuvering in the lane and finishes with the bucket.
Well, the lefty, they set her up to the left side and give the little handoff to her. That gives her the momentum, and she just able to slice through the defense to get the layup.
19 points now for Wettering. Montezuma nearly comes away with the steal there. That was Wettering. Has outscored St. Ansgar 14-11 here in this third quarter after we had a low-scoring second quarter where Montezuma was held to just 4 points.
Yeah, that second quarter, it was just a grind.
Now Montezuma back with it after the steal. Nice pass inside, but swatted away. Was it for the Saints down low?
Brooklyn Hackbart got in there and swatted it away.
Hackbart said, "Not in my house."
Foul number 15, Gracie Urbach.
Foul called on St. Ansgar. It's the first team foul on St. Ansgar. Megan Gooder will check in for the Saints. Elise Bolton. It's been a spark plug on both ends. Floater, too strong off the back of the iron. Montezuma still with it. And now a timeout called on the floor, looks like, by Janelle Burgess. And it'll be just a 30-second timeout.
She was right in the official's ear calling that timeout as soon as they gained possession of that loose ball.
And again, there was a moment earlier in the game where I think she was trying to get the official's attention, but it was so loud here in the arena, and it was on the opposite side of the floor where she was unable to do so. That time she wanted to make it known that when the play was breaking down there that she wanted to call that timeout there with her team leading by 3 points with a minute to go in the third.
It's helpful when the official's standing right next to you and you can yell in his ear and get his attention.
So we'll see what the Bravettes draw up out of their timeout.
After the last timeout, they had a really nice set play that they ran out of the timeout. See what they do here.
And that was a good layup for Wettering. They get it back to her. Step back jumper. Off the mark. Hackbart tracks down the rebound. Just 50 seconds remaining here in this third quarter. 32-29 Montezuma in the lead. Haley Anderson beginning her drive. And we'll pass it back out to Gracie Urbach. Megan Gooder back to Anderson. 30 seconds to go. Tough pass in the post that's knocked away. It'll stay with the Saints with 27 ticks remaining in the third.
They've tried that a couple of times, and Wettering is fronting Hillman, so they're going to have to go up over the top, and Wettering can get up. So you've got to put a lot of air underneath that pass if you want to get it into Hillman.
Madison Hillman, too strong on the jumper. But tracking down the long rebound, doing a much better job here in this third quarter has been St. Ansgar. Travel called on the floor. Bad time for a turnover for the Saints.
Boy, and it was set up perfectly for the backdoor cut. Urbach was already starting to move from backdoor, and I think she saw that and then just shuffled the feet as she was picking it up to make the pass.
It's now Montezuma to handle it with just 10 seconds remaining in the third, leading by 3. Wuttering off the handoff, drives quickly, up and under, won't fall in. And that will do it after 3 quarters of action here at Wells Fargo Arena. Montezuma with the 3-point edge over St. Ansgar. 32-29 is our score. We'll be back with the fourth quarter after this from the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
With new Casey's Rewards, you can turn pizza into school donations. Download the Casey's app and earn points you can turn into donations to the schools you care about most. Or turn points into Casey's Cash or fuel discounts. Start earning more ways to give and get a little more good. Casey's Rewards. Points for school, points for you, points for fuel, points for good. Now at Casey's, our delicious handmade taco pizza is just $13.99. Casey's, here for good.
Hey, Central College has a new tuition price of just $18,600. That means the college experience that opens doors for a lifetime is more affordable than ever, and scholarships are still available. Apply today at central.edu.
Hey fans, as a reminder, Central College has a new tuition price of just $18,600. That means the college experience that opens doors for a lifetime is now more affordable than ever, and scholarships are still available. Apply today at central.edu. Hunter Phillips, Laura Leonard, our hardworking crew, the Girls Union Network. Glad to have you with us for what's going to be an exciting final 8 minutes of play in regulation for this one between Montezuma and St. Ansgar. Saints with the ball to begin the fourth quarter. Timeout called by head coach Scott Cake-Rice. Did not like what he saw there and that offensive set, and it'll be a 30-second timeout.
A good job of knowing how important this quarter is going to be in these last 8 minutes in a very tight ball game. You want to make sure this first possession of the quarter, you want to get a really good shot.
Again, we saw back and forth third quarter. Both teams traded the lead really there for the first 2 or 3 minutes. But neither team has really pulled away in this one, despite early on when Montezuma led by 10 points. Both teams playing extremely hard, trying to battle for their spot in the semifinal round. A tough pass to complete there in the paint with 3 Bravettes there, and they take it away.
Man, they've been playing front and back, but mainly fronting, making them go over the top.
3 left short by Maddie McCaig. Montezuma now 5 for 20 from downtown. Mid-range jumper. Short, but Hillman. Rebound long, putback won't go, but high off the glass and in on the third try. It's Hackbart.
3 times they were just draped around the rim, waiting for the ball to come off, and finally got the putback.
2 big offensive rebounds in that possession. Makes the 1-point lead now for Montezuma. And they turn it over.
We were talking during the timeout between the quarters that they do run that play a lot. Great job, great drive by Anderson. Nobody picked her up. But Montezuma is running that same play, the handoff to Wettering, and now St. Ansgar is adjusted to that.
Now it's on the right side. Wettering, nowhere to go. Free throw jumper, in and out. Ball goes out, and it'll be Saints basketball.
Substitution number 5, Hannah Patterson for St. Ansgar.
But yeah, you could tell that Wettering was not really comfortable there on that right side, especially with Hillman down there. She has been a presence that Wettering has not want to try to navigate around.
They're doing a good job of shutting off the baseline. And they did go to the right side that time to give them a different look, but the defense was right there.
Foul on Wettering as the Saints were going for the layup.
Number 13, Shatia Wettering, her second personal.
That's the second personal foul on Shatia Wettering. 5th team foul on the Bravettes.
Gracie Urbach.
Gracie Urbach at the line has 11 points to lead the Saints today. I'll make it a dozen.
Substitution number 40, Dylan Holland.
Well, we knew this game was going to be back and forth. It was going to be close. And we said maybe it'll come down to free throw shooting. So we're starting to see them get to the line early here in this fourth quarter. Montezuma with 5 team fouls. St. Ansgar can probably take advantage of that if they can get themselves into the bonus.
Do you have like a crystal ball right next to you or something there, Laura, predicting how this game might end up?
Well, I've tried to do that before, and it never turns out the way that I think it's going to turn out.
2 big free throws for the Saints. They lead by 3, but just like that, Montezuma draws a foul on the other side.
They're wanting to get the ball to Wettering on the curl cut to that left side. And you're right, that's where she's more comfortable. Obviously, a left-handed player likes going to the left. And when they can get her with a little bit of momentum behind her, give her that handoff or the pass, lead her into the rim, she's very tough.
Wettering now with 20 points. 1 for 2 trip. Montezuma heads up play off the missed free throw. Wettering back with it in the corner. Cross court, Bolton for 3. Knocks it down.
That's the second time she's hit a huge three-pointer. Calmly steps up and knocks one down right when they needed it.
Montezuma now in front by 1. 5:20 to go in the ball game. Hillman gets by her defender and finishes.
She went after that ball. She didn't wait for it to come to her, so she went after it, beat Wettering to the ball. As Wettering tried to get in that passing lane, that left her open to get to the hoop.
What a fun game this has turned out to be. Bolton, high floater. Too strong. Hillman with the rebound, tripped up, but it stays with the Saints. It's Anderson driving. Layup won't fall, and Wettering collects the rebound. And she'll bring it up the floor herself. Bolton, another try. Too strong, rebound. St. Ansgar, foul. Afterwards called on Montezuma.
Boy, they had Bolton a little bit earlier. Wettering saw her down the floor, just didn't have the angle to make that long cross-court pass to get her the basketball. Finally did. Thought she was going to have 3 in a row there, but a little too strong on that jumper.
Saints lead by 1. Less than 4.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Anderson stops her drive. Now it's out to Hannah Patterson. Saints staying outside. Now they'll throw it in, but Wettering there for the block, denying Gracie Urbach.
Well, that's why you confront. So you confront, they have to throw over the top, and then you have Wettering coming on the rotation on the weak side help to block that one.
Nice inbounds play results in an and one opportunity for Brooklyn Hackbart.
She's fouled by number 40, Dylan
Holland with the foul, and that was a well-executed inbounds play. And they got some good screens, and Hackbart was able to come off of it wide open.
7 points now for Hackbart. 40-36, St. Ansgar in front under 4 minutes to go here in this fourth quarter, and we should note that St. Ansgar is in the bonus from here on out.
And they could take advantage of that if they, with their game, putting the ball on the floor, getting into that attack mode, trying to draw more contact on Montezuma.
Shatia Wuttering off the screen. Donabout the jumper. Here's a three. That's good by Shelby Conger. Her second make from downtown. A quick timeout called by Montezuma.
Full timeout.
That's the kind of ball rotation that they needed. Dribble in, draw the defense in, kick it back out to the three-point shooters.
So a 1-point lead for St. Ansgar, 40-39. We're going to step aside here for a moment here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
There you see the student section there for St. Ansgar. Great support for both teams here in this second Class 1A quarterfinal matchup of the day. Coming down to the wire. St. Ansgar leads Montezuma by 1 point.
St. Ansgar with possession after the timeout. 3:40 remaining in quarter four.
It'll be Saints basketball. The Bravettes just made a three-pointer to make it a 1-point lead for the Saints. Brooklyn Hackbart to Gracie Urbach. Being smothered there by Carissa Van Zee. Way up off by Urbach, but there for the rebound. And the putback is Hackbart.
Brooklyn Hackbart.
Well, we talked about this St. Ansgar team having 3 players that average double figures. We're seeing all 3 of those players produce here in this ball game.
Balanced scoring key. Meanwhile, the Saints get a block. Ball stays with the Bravettes, but not for long. Travel.
Conger got a little ahead of herself, saw that she could give herself a little bit higher percentage shot by taking a couple of dribbles in, shuffled the feet before she got the ball to the hardwood.
Coming in for Montezuma is Shanae Wuttering. Again, substitutions today are brought to you by IMT Insurance. Tough place to inbound for the Saints, right in front of the Bravette bench. They lead by 3. Under 3 to go. It's Anderson. My goodness, what a finish for Haley Anderson.
They have been guarding her very tightly. Conger has had the assignment after coming out of that timeout to kind of face guard her. And that time, Anderson able to blow by.
3 airballed. And a foul afterwards. Going to be called on Shanae Wuttering. Went over the back when trying to go for the loose ball.
Now Coach Burgess telling them we want to be in full court pressure. Now they're going to have to go down and shoot the free throws because they are in the bonus.
St. Ansgar in the bonus.
But from this point on, I think you're going to see Montezuma after makes or misses. They're going to have to be in full court pressure mode.
You know, Laura, one of the unfair parts of our job is having to name a Casey's General Store player of the game when it's so back and forth like this, and there's so many players that you could give the nod to. We're still thinking about that, and we'll give that to you here in just a minute or so.
So many candidates that have played a big role in this ball game for both teams.
Oh, big jump shot made there by Shanae Wuttering after a frustrating moment earlier ago, picking up the foul. Gets the 2 to go, and it's a 3-point lead for St. Ansgar. 2 minutes to go at the well. And there's Wuttering again, this time coming up with the steal.
They're trying to get it into the post, and she's flashing in there. She's anticipating that coming from the backside to get into the passing lane.
Wuttering loses her dribble. From the ground,
timeout.
She threw it over to her sister, but beforehand, timeout called by Janelle Burgess.
Full timeout.
Full timeout. So we will step aside again. 1:41 to go. A 3-point lead for St. Ansgar here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Better believe it when I know ya, we going high. Gotta climb to the top, but we're never gonna stop. When I know ya, we going high. We're going high.
Today's game, please remain in your seats for
Back here at Wells Fargo Arena, 1:41 to go. In this one, St. Ansgar in front of Montezuma by 3 points, 44-41. It'll be Bravettes basketball out of their own timeout. They have just one timeout remaining. St. Ansgar has 2 timeouts left. Bolton skips it over to Conger. Now Maddie McKay to Wuttering. Cross court. Caught by Conger, and that pass stolen away by the Saints. Tough to be able to complete 2 cross-court passes in succession.
Boy, and that was a dangerous pass right there that could have been picked off.
Urbach guarded by Wuttering. So we're approaching 1 minute to go, and a foul called on the Bravettes. Well, now I think it's time to name our Casey's General Store player of the game, and 3 different players for St. Ansgar have scored in double figures, but we really like the play of Haley Anderson. 10 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, has a litany of steals today. She's just done a little bit of everything, a great floor general for the Saints team.
Yeah, 4 steals to go along with that line, and that she's had her hand in everything, and she has ignited certain runs for this team. When they've fallen behind, they've had that lead and fallen behind. She's had a big defensive play or made a big drive to get them back into the lead. So we will give Haley Anderson the Casey's Player of the Game honors.
Casey's General Stores is proud to sponsor the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and today's Player of the Game, and that is Haley Anderson, who nearly comes away with her 5th steal right there. Fans Casey's is at the heart of many Iowa communities, cheering on our local teams and fans and making sure there's fresh pizza ready, win or lose. Sign up for new Casey's Rewards, the rewards program that gives back by letting you redeem points for Casey's cash, fuel discounts, or donations to local schools. 3 on the way is good. Big triple by Shelby Conger.
Shelby Conger for 3.
And now a foul looks like on Bolton. But what a big jumper. Conger was open the play before that. She was open underneath, down by the block. They did not get her the ball this time. They get her open at the 3-point line, and she's able to knock one home, which is a big bucket for Montezuma.
Now has 9 points on the day, but Haley Anderson, again, our Casey's General Stores Player of the Game at the line, makes the first free throw. 2 big ones made there by the junior. Haley Anderson, 4-point lead for the Saints. Less than 40 seconds to go. It's Wuttering driving out to an open 3. Off the mark by McCaig. Saints there for the rebound. Bravettes trying to swarm in on Anderson, and Bolton calling for a foul to stop play with 26 seconds to go.
A foul right away. You still have opportunity. You got to extend this game. Put them on the line. Hope that they miss and come down and start looking for those 3-point shots that you're known for. I mean, this is a team in Montezuma that is never out of a ball game because they do shoot 3-pointers so well.
How about the shooting from the free throw line today, Laura? St. Ansgar now 13 for 14 from the line.
And a team coming into this ball game 59% from the free throw line on the season.
Anderson goes 1 for 2. 5-point lead. Bolton, deep heave. Won't bank in. Long rebound. Goes to the Saints. And a quick foul by Wuttering. Stops play with 13.6 seconds remaining.
They got a shot that they wanted. They got the 3-pointer. They got the look at it. Couldn't connect, and then foul right away. and still have time here, depending on the make or the miss.
Gracie Urbach makes the first free throw. That free throw right there gives her the team high in points with 14. Anderson and Hackbart each with 13, now 15 points for Gracie Urbach. Timeout.
St. Ansgar, full timeout.
It will be a full timeout by St. Ansgar. We will take a break, and we'll be back here in a little bit from Wells Fargo Arena.
MidAmerican Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
In the designated area listed on the video board.
13.6 seconds remain.
Their team on the North Concourse.
Here in this ball game, St. Ansgar looking to punch their ticket to the semifinal round, where they will potentially face Newell Fonda, the top seed who won earlier today over St. Albert. That game on Friday afternoon at 1:30. Montezuma trying to score here quickly, but they need to move. So Elise Bolton to Wettering. Drives off the glass and in for two. Timeout quickly called by Montezuma.
And I think Coach Cake Rice had just told his team, if they want to drive, let them drive. Stand there with your hands up. Don't want to reach. Don't want to give them the opportunity for the old-fashioned three-point play. So let them put it on the floor, take it to the hoop, and let them score. Get it out of bounds as quickly as possible. And the clock winding down, they could have stood out of bounds and let the clock wind down, but Montezuma called the timeout.
3.4 seconds remain. 5-point lead for St. Ansgar. Again, both teams coming into the state tournament with just one loss.
St. Ansgar with possession.
On big winning streaks. But St. Ansgar, who hasn't been to the tournament since 2001, trying to extend their trip here in Des Moines. They inbound it. They'll dribble it out. And the Saints are moving on to the semifinal round as they defeat Montezuma 51-46.
We knew that this game was going to be a defensive struggle, a battle for every basket was going to be well earned. And these two teams went after each other tooth and nail, and St. Ansgar able to get a little momentum late in the second quarter, able to extend it into the second half.
It was tied 18-18 at halftime. Again, we expected a back and forth affair, but St. Ansgar pulled away from Montezuma, and now the trophy presentation right now here at the Well.
Player will receive a commemorative basketball provided by the Iowa Farm Bureau, proud title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Presenting awards from the IGHSAU are Gary Ross and Gene Berger. Congratulations to head coach Janelle Burgess and the Bravettes from Montezuma on an outstanding basketball season. And now, Hannah Patterson will advance their team to the next round in the official bracket at center court. St. Ansgar fans, your team.
And there you see the celebration for St. Ansgar, who wins over Montezuma 51-46. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll recap all of the exciting action that we just saw here at Wells Fargo Arena on the Girls Union Network, powered by MidAmerican Energy.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise, and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
It's game day. Brisket smoking. The stakes are huge. Full rack, baby back. Fired up, quarter pound. Fast pass, dribble down. Slam dunk. Buzzers beat.
Victory goes to Fairway, the champion of me.
Back here at the 2020 Iowa Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. Hunter Phillips, Laura Leonard here with you. And Laura, my goodness, what a game that was. You know, throughout this whole tournament, the 4 versus 5 matchups have provided so many exciting moments. This one came down to the wire, but St. Ansgar in their first trip here since 2001, they defeat Montezuma 51-46.
Yeah, they had a big fourth quarter. They were able to get that separation, 22 points in the fourth quarter, and I know some of that was at the free throw line late, but they really took command in that fourth quarter, had a great game plan coming into this ball game on how were they going to shut down Shatia Wettering, and I thought they did a nice job of doing that.
Yeah, they held her to just 9 for 25 from the floor, 2 for 6 from beyond the arc. Those 2 threes came in the first quarter as we take a look at the final stats here. And again, Montezuma, we knew coming in they were not going to shy away from shooting the 3-ball, but it really seemed like St. Ansgar made some nice adjustments on the defensive side and really forced Montezuma their hand and just really struggled to find any kind of rhythm on offense.
Yeah, and I thought to start the third quarter, I thought Montezuma had a good idea of what they wanted to do and how they wanted to attack. They wanted to get the ball to Wettering, get her to the left side, get her to the rim, and they did that with a couple of possessions, able to get that lead back in their favor, and then the adjustments came from St. Ansgar, and they were able to slow down the offense and really didn't keep the ball out of Wettering's hands, but they kept her from scoring.
So St. Ansgar, they will move on to face Newell Fonda, the top seed here in Class 1A on Friday. That'll be a 1:30 tip-off time here at Wells Fargo Arena. Class 1A action continues here on the Girls Union Network. And again, just a pleasure to work with you, Laura, as always, our lone game together. But it was an exciting one for us, an exciting one for the fans back home to watch.
Yeah, we got a good one, and it was fun to watch. And as a lot of these games have been here at the state tournament, but pleasure to work with you. Hopefully we can get a few more together.
Yeah, absolutely. So for our entire crew, for my broadcast partner, Laura Leonard, I'm Hunter Phillips, signing off here from Wells Fargo Arena in downtown Des Moines, and you've been watching live coverage of the 2020 Iowa Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau right here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. Have a great day.